Hi, Genesis Sales Team. This is week 5 of our discussion video and topics and challenge series. Recap from last week, we talked about telephone prospecting and its vital importance to your overall success in sales. The phone, as we discussed, is the most important tool that you have. Week 3, we discussed the law of replacement. Week 2 was on the law of need, and week 1 was on the 30-day rule. If you missed any of the previous videos, go back and catch up. This week is all about phone prospecting techniques to use. Those of you that are hesitant making phone calls, because of the reasons we talked about last week, take notes and keep this video handy. Before moving forward though, let's stipulate a few things. Number 1, you're going to get rejected still on the phone because statistically, you will generate more real-time interactions with prospects than through any other prospecting channel. 2, most of your calls will go to voicemail. Roughly 20 to 30% will. We'll talk more about leaving a proper voicemail in the coming weeks. This is why, though, you must be effective when you get a prospect on the line and on the phone. Number 3, nobody really likes telephone prospecting. No matter what you're taught from myself or anybody, you're probably still going to dislike phone prospecting. That doesn't negate the fact that to reach sales peak performance, you must master telephone prospecting. If you want to earn the big bucks and stand tall at the top of the leaderboard, you've got to accept that telephone prospecting is part of the job and just get over it. Fanatical prospectors set up daily telephone blocks of 1 to 2 hours. During this time, they remove all distractions. Some people choose to break this up into smaller chunks that are more manageable to set goals within those chunks. If it is much easier to set a goal to make 100 calls than 100 or so dials for 30 minutes rather than 2 hours, so do it. Whatever it is that you need, whether it be 30 minutes or a full 2 hours, whatever it is you need to set up for your day, set it up how you view success and how you know you would be successful at doing it. It is, however, much easier to overcome your initial fears and trepidations a few calls at a time. You can wrap your mind around these small chunks. No matter what you do though, schedule the block. That's the first technique. You need to make an effort to make an appointment with yourself to show up, be in your work plan, and schedule yourself time to make these calls. Don't be late. Let's talk about the 5-step template for simple telephone prospecting frameworks. When you pick up the phone and you call a prospect, whether it be cold, warm, hot, referral, follow-up, inbound lead, or even an existing customer, they're not expecting your call. You are an interruption. Simply put, anybody not expecting your call, you're interrupting their day. And consider how you feel when your workday is interrupted by someone calling you unannounced. It could make you feel irritated or angry or resentful, because in most cases, the call comes when you're right in the middle of something else. But let's get back to reality for a second as a salesperson. You get a choice to make. Either interrupt somebody's day or start a new career at your local coffee shop making minimum wage. Again, from last week, prospecting and telephone prospecting is not order taking. It's not easy. But again, that's why not everybody is a salesperson. To do this effectively though, however, your call must be structured so that you can be an authentic professional rather than a scripted robot or stereotype of a cheesy salesperson portrayed on a movie. The 5-step telephone prospecting framework that I'm going to show you here and you have as an attachment is your guide and structure for consistent, repeatable calls. So, again, here is the framework, and we'll discuss it as we get into the coming week or two, and we break apart all the individual components. Your challenge for this week is to download the attached file in the email with this video link. That way you can get familiar with the framework, so when we discuss it next week, you're able to know what we're talking about and refer to. So I will see you next week as we break apart the framework.